Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. We're going to talk about something that we already knew going on in the country. We know due to the low birth rate, a segment of the population is going down. And see, this is why Donald Trump is doing the things that he is doing with the executive order. What he's trying to do is ensure they will remain in power even when their numbers are dwindling. And I'm here to tell you it's never going to work. It's never going to work. When you are losing more people than you are gaining through births, even their scientists say it cannot be reversed. So, yeah, you may be doing all these things, pen to paper, but at the end of the day, you're out of here. There is no future without babies. There is no next generation without babies. So, there is no way these people can even be saved. And y'all just look at the position that the Most High put these folks in. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump sit there and do. It is never going to reverse their situation. And they know it. They know it. Years ago, I was looking at a show and it was this older white man they were interviewing. I can't even remember his name, but he was sitting there saying the Asians are going to take power when the white people are gone. And I said, you act like you got some say. Y'all don't have no say in who's in power next. Y'all don't have no control over that. They act like they got some kind of say. And they also act like they are in control of this, as we rise and they fall, like somehow they're going to do everything they can to control that. It's out of your hands. You can't control it. You can't control it. And if you had all that might, then why don't you get your numbers up? You can't, and you can't. You know, you ain't no powerful group of people if you're not reproducing. How is that power? How is it power if you're not gaining more than you're losing? If you're losing more, then that's exactly the situation you're in. You're in a losing situation. So, we're going to talk about this article that I received from Logical Critic, one of my subscribers. Thank you for sending this article to me. I deeply appreciate it. And it is going over something that many of us have noticed for a long time. And to be honest with y'all, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but when I look around, I see far less young people in my township. When I was young, this place was bustling with families with children. You couldn't go out nowhere and not see other teens or children around the township. Now there are children here, but far less children. And I know this is something that is noticed all over the country. You don't see a lot of young people like you used to. At least I don't. So let's get into this, y'all. So the colleges are noticing that the number of 18-year-olds have dropped sharply. And they are concerned about, of course, their revenue and even the economy. Because now you're going to have this astronomical, which you already got, elderly population, and you don't have enough young people in the country to even cover their Social Security. Where do you think Social Security comes from? It comes from the people that are still out here working. They're paying into it, and then our elderly people, they get paid, our seniors. And you're not going to be able to do that if you don't have generations that are big enough to bring in that money to cover your Social Security, your Medicare, your Medicaid. All of that is covered by your working people. So they are noticing at these colleges and even the universities that the enrollment has took a deep dive when it comes down to the number of 18-year-olds that are around. So the demographic has shrunk, and they said it is really alarming. When is it going to be very noticeable in the country? They said 2026. In 2026, it is going to be noticed by all that there are not a lot of 18-year-olds in the country anymore. Not anymore. There will soon be many more scenes and evidence suggesting that the current class of high school seniors is the last before the big decline begins. in the number of 18-year-olds, the traditional age of students when they enter college. 2026, y'all, they said this is where you're going to see a major drop in the country with 18-year-olds. And isn't it funny how every time we talk about changes, they always try to push the date out to like 2050, 2064. In my opinion, that is their attempt to try to buy more time that they really truly do not deserve. Demographers say it will finally arrive in the fall of this year, 2025. That's when recruiting offices will be able to confront a long anticipated drop in the number of applicants from among the next class of high school seniors. Y'all, in this country, there are about roughly, I'm just saying roughly, 330 million people in America. That's, give or take a few numbers. They are saying there are fewer than 5 million 18-year-olds in the entire nation. Fewer than 5 million. That is crazy. That is crazy. So these findings sync up with another report released this month by the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education. So it says the number of 18-year-olds nationwide who graduate high school each year and are therefore candidates for college eroded by 13%, nearly half of a million. Half, can you imagine that? Half of a million gone. Why? Because people in this, certain segments of this country are not reproducing. 500,000. That's the kind of drop they're taking. And they can't afford to take that. And at this rate, how are you going to justify keeping all of these colleges and universities open? You won't be able to do it. Because, the generation after that is small too. It's not like the generation behind the 18-year-olds are going to boost them up. It's not. I'm going to share my screen and show you this chart. All right, hold on. Let me show you this chart. Okay. Okay, that's the chart. So you can see 2024, 2027, and you can see it just steadily goes down to 2041. I mean, if you can't enroll the 18-year-olds right out of high school, yes, it is going to be, not only are you going to see changes in the enrollment in the universities, you're going to see a major economic change. Now you know why Donald Trump is like, we need to get Greenland, we need to get Canada, because the population is going to drop so badly in the US. He is now so desperate. They are desperate. They're trying to grab other nations and attach them to the US because even they know it's going to be a major economic crash if they don't attempt to do something. So when Donald Trump is talking about taking Greenland and taking Canada, it's because if they don't do something, America will virtually be gone. You're not going to have another generation to keep it going. It's not enough of them. A lot of people were talking, why is he always talking about Canada, the 51st state, and bringing Greenland, buying Greenland? This is why. If they don't do nothing soon about this major decline in the population in America, then America will not survive. So he wants to take both of those countries and turn them into America. Now, I don't know what the population is like in Greenland, but I know in Canada, Canada is going through the same drop in population due to low birth rates. Canada got a low birth rate. Mexico got a low birth rate. So, I mean, I do know about those countries, but Greenland, I'm going to have to research to see if they're going through a population decline. I bet they are because they're the same people there. It's the same people there. But see, he don't care about the melanated people. He wants to be able to add those white Canadians and those white people up there in Greenland, and that automatically boost up their numbers. So right now it is about the numbers and it's about economics for these folks. That's what they're looking for. To be honest with you, immigration is not working to boost their numbers. Yeah, it's boosting numbers of brown people. That's not what they want. They want their numbers to be boosted. They're not satisfied with no brown people being boosted up in here. Why do you think Donald Trump is talking like that? And he keeps doing it. We need to get Canada. We need to get Greenland. He wants the white numbers to go up. That's why. But those countries have already said they don't want to be part of the United States. So if Donald Trump wants that, he's going to have a fight on his hands. I don't think they would give up their countries to Donald Trump that easy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they're not playing. Yeah, Greenland is small. I mean, the landmass itself is pretty big, but it's really part of North America. But the Danish, they pretty much control it. But if you look at it on a map, sits right next to Canada. It's right there. Well, look, they're in a desperate situation. They know their time is almost up. Why would Donald Trump rush in there to do all these executive orders and then do executive orders to try to hold us down as their numbers are dropped? Okay, our numbers are dropping, but no matter what, we're gonna hold them Negroes down. We're gonna do everything we can to hold them down, And no, that's not gonna work, Donald Trump. It's not gonna work. And no matter how you look at it, you don't have time. Period. You're an elderly white man. Once you are gone, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing from the grave. You once you're gone, you're gone. Hmm. Yeah. So now you know what these acts of desperations is really truly all about. Queen Charlotte, thank you for becoming a new channel member. Grace P, thank you for the super sticker. And Renea, thank you for the super sticker. I do appreciate your support. Yeah, well, he can, Shamika Gray, you said Esau is in a hurry, but the Most High said Their time is up. Yes, it is. And you know what? Their time is up, and you can clearly see just from the actions of Donald Trump and them online trying to kick up dust, acting like somebody did something to them. They are in desperation mode for real. They were already in desperation mode the first time Donald Trump was president. That's when a lot of the numbers were published on how much of a population loss had happened among them. Well, now that Donald Trump is in for the second time, it's even worse. The decline, they said, is rapid, and only the Most High can make their decline rapid. And that's exactly what's happening. I mean, they can do whatever they want. The bottom line is, nothing Donald Trump can do from the White House will slow down their fall. There's nothing he can do. hmm Well, yeah. So now you know why you're looking at things, and the whole atmosphere have a strange feel to it and everything. And I think they're also afraid of people really noticing. And from what I understand, we're going to really notice fewer and fewer of them sooner than you think. How's the Midwest, Lisa? Oh, I don't know. I'm not in the Midwest. You know, I don't know what the decline is like, but um, according to this article, this is pretty much nationwide. hmm Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, you have to look. Actually, the decline started in the 50s. That's when it started, and it's been going down ever since. But now it's to the point where it can't even be hidden anymore. hmm Oh, the Italians are done. they're they're probably going to be the first ones in the European nations. They're probably going to be the first to be gone. Anytime you don't have any births at all in villages, yeah, your time is done. Your time is done. Jalen Walls, I don't have to over exaggerate the numbers, okay? Why don't you get your butt out of here? Because you're not going to be posting lies in my in my chat. Why don't you get your butt out of here? You're the one that's in here trying to lie. Don't be so butt sore about the numbers. It is what it is. Deal with it. Well, yeah, I mean, and look, they can't stop fighting wars. Look at what's going on in the Middle East. Obviously, they're not worried about their decline that much because they sure love fighting wars, don't they? And we know the Russia Ukraine war is still going on. Yeah, don't worry about it, y'all. You'll be out of here in no time. For real. hmm So, y'all, let me know what you think in the comment section. This thing ain't going away for them, and they know it. They know it's not going away. So, yeah, you know, in fact, they publish it practically every year how they how they are, excuse me, they publish every year how they are not reproducing, and the elderly population, they are dying out and not being replaced. Those stories come out virtually every year. Yeah. So, I mean, now how do you justify keeping so many colleges and universities open? You won't be able to do it. I did a story about a year ago of hundreds of colleges that have already closed in the US because they didn't have hardly any students. So they permanently closed their doors and ended up transferring their students to other local schools so they could, the students could finish their education. So I can imagine this is going to get far worse. Hmm. Well, yeah. You know, I was over on TikTok. Do y'all know the Latinos are still trying to get the black community to join them because they're being deported? We need to come together and fight this. No, no, we don't. No, no, we don't need to come together and do anything. And I'm starting to see those videos over there. They're scared. They're being picked off, on the streets and everywhere in the country, and they're scared. And they are on there talking about, the black community and Latinos need to stick together. Oh, okay. So when things are happening to you, we need to stick together. But any other given day, y'all want to act like you're white people and have all kinds of vitriol towards us. But now we need to just come together. We need to come together. And I'm like, wow, no, no, I don't want to come together. And no, I ain't gonna do it. Nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But see, everybody likes to scapegoat off of us whenever things are going wrong for them. They like to scapegoat off of us. And it's been this way forever. And we just can't be used like that anymore. These folks are going to have to fend for themselves. Okay. Uh. I just think that's hilarious, though. Everybody want to dismiss us until they need us, right? And then when they need us, we all need to stick together and come together and all this stuff. I'm just waiting for when MAGA gets mad enough that they'll start jumping on videos demanding that we join them and going against this White House. And no, the people that put them in there, y'all deal with them. Y'all deal with them for real. Hmm. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I might do another live a little later. There's a couple of stories that I'm looking at, and we can always do one probably later on. I would say maybe like around 8 o'clock tonight. I'll set another one up. Y'all know the one I did yesterday with True Royal and the one LVZ. Y'all know they demonetized that live stream. I just, whenever about us, they always want to demonetize that. You know, I don't know. I guess they don't like the kind of conversations we have, but I don't know. How can we have a good conversation when all our lives we've been dealing with racism? What kind of conversation you think we're going to have? I don't know. I don't know what the hell they expect, but yeah, they demonetized it. So all of you that gave me donations towards my live stream, that's it. I don't YouTube ain't giving me anything. So it's just a bunch of butt sore people. You got to understand the position they're in. So it is what it is. Shalom, family.